I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's a bigger chance that one team wins 3 games in a best of 12 than 12 teams winning 1 game.
Oh, this is like that. You know those maths problems where it's like you've got a room of 30 people. What are the odds that 2 of them share a birthday? This is like one of those.
It's just,
isn't it?
there's so many. There
right.
are so many factors that goes into whether a team wins, like gets the chicken dinner. One thing is how many kills you have. That's a whole other discussion. But getting the chicken dinner itself, there's so many different factors that play in that the odds of every win being a new team, when it's over the course of that many games. I mean, had it only been 1 day, that's one thing. But when it's 12 games, you just have to imagine that the likes of VP or other teams we know are good, like FaceTime, for example, other teams we know that are good at closing out games when given the opportunity to, like the stars will align more than once in a best of 12 for those sort of teams. I mean, we saw Na'Vi get 3 wins in 1 day. So in that matter, I just can't see how 12 different teams should win. Having said that, sure, it could happen. I just feel like it's way more unlikely than the other way.
No, I think I'm inclined to agree with you here, because even though we've had we've got the spicy finish. We've got this isn't habanero any longer, ladies and gentlemen.
We could have had it further west, but I agree. This is it's interesting.
This isn't plan B. I'm not even sure this is plan F, to be perfectly honest. This is absolutely not what they expected at all. Danny gets flashed, and that's going to be enough. I think plan B are going to survive this, you know, but this is so scuffed. Wow. How are they going to get back upstairs, and how are they going to get in vehicles? I'm not concerned about them staying alive. I just want to know how they're going to rotate.
Weirdly enough, fortunately for them, the circle shifted so far away, so no one really has the time to focus on them right now. As you can see, everyone's fighting in George. Everyone's going to be fighting up towards the north as well.
Veneer and Virtus.Pro looking like they're going to be taking the compounds on the north side. We're watching Digital Athletics try and move. So this is just north of North Georgia, Paul. There's going to be a lot of terrain that some people are less familiar with, because it's a very, very rare circle. I've played circles like this before. That's been like a Zarky town ending. But I will confess, I've never cast a pro-level PUBG game this far west. This is going to be incredibly exciting. BBL on Digital Athletics, and this is not going to be delightful for one of these Turkish teams. Smash at the moment doing a phenomenal job.
Yep, solid performance holding off there. Only so many spots available up here to the northwest, and well, right now BBL in one of the good ones. Here comes Vard though, full speed forward. Silas vehicle on vehicle action finds Vard, takes him down. DA falls in 15th. And now plan B, well, they've gone from plan A to plan F, and now they're back to plan B again, potentially. And seems to me like that's a push towards Saki. Whether they're going to stick around there or not, I'm not quite sure. Now Oculus, yet another team to try and beeline it into the circle. Hit a rock, not what you want to do. Nope, that's going to be Kepka gone down because his vehicle came to a stop in the middle of the open. Beamy finds Kepka with the bolt through the vehicle. Page takes him out with the mutant. We're seeing all kinds of armory in this game, Archie. Spots 1, and Lou actually jumped out here.
This is particularly brave, trying to get Archie down. 24 bullets left in the barrel, managing to find his position after a couple of bullets. Then underarm grenade toss could be problematic. Perfectix gets it from behind. Really, really good stuff there. Fantastic communication from Virtus.Pro. They were driving around like a headless chicken 20 seconds ago, and they somehow saved this situation. That's true, actually. ENTROPIQ could end up playing an absolutely horrible role in this fight if they choose to. It's actually going to be Big Boss Life that want to send it in first. They're taking a look at the dip, going, no, that dip's not useful. Let's go ahead and grab Cursed instead, and they're moving straight into Silence and Monkey.
There you go, Silas. Off angle finds one. Metralius goes down. He's going to push further forward. Aggressive finds the kill, so no points accumulated for Silas off of that one. Face as well on the other side. Now with the M249 in hand, making the aggressive play forward. Finds one. Hawkey finds Gustav with an 8 as well. 8 all that's left now for Face, trying to stay alive here up against a 4-man ENTROPIQ looking for blood.
And this is potentially good news to the winner of Tempest Toxic players as well, because ENTROPIQ just focusing on FaZe Clan, they successfully take them out of the game. This means that fight on the southern part of the circle, at least for the next 30 seconds, is only a two-way fight. We're not expecting ENTROPIQ to third party this, and we can just focus on those two teams fight each other. 30 seconds time, though, and all bets are off.
Yeah, and uphill push like that would be a very, very, very greedy play in order to try and get kills. But we'll see. I've seen crazier before. Reggie barely even gets healed on up before he starts doing damage. Now help, able to take teammates. No, they knocked each other.
Oh, hell
he runs
story.
him over and aggressive mates him in return. Now
Hell
that is you punch me, I
no.
punch you. Oh my lord, not working out the way they thought it was going to. They were full up trying to make the aggressive push. They had a somewhat decent chance to make a play on Silas, and Silas just sit back and go, well, I guess if I don't have to kill you, that's fine. And now X Team on his own. Oh my lord, that is not the story that was written for Sky Esports here, but unfortunately they became their own downfall.
I owe Hell Story a drink, maybe 10. As the direct result of today, I am so sorry. Oh dear. Come on, X Team. Let's see what you've got. Down to the final 8 teams and 20 players now, as we have another Yank East, but basically to the same field at the 23-minute mark of this final game of day number 1 of the lower bracket. Excellent Molotov and a fantastic follow-up nade, and that is Sky Esports eliminated as ENTROPIQ grabbed their 10th kill.
Not only that, but they're also sitting very comfortable in this new circle out on that east side. He-Man, 30 bullets, only him and Wookie on their feet right now. And as you can see, Wookie still down in that one-story building.
And whichever team wins this fight, the route into circle is not going to be fun as well. Excellent. Yeah. Berminator managing to get the trade-off onto Highman. Wookie Bookie now, the last one left standing. Looking for Pashkez, gets him. That's very important. What is it with today in 1 HP?
It's just a way to make the game more exciting, you know?
Right.
The game makes like it rolls a die, and then every time it hits a certain number, you get to stay alive with 1 HP, just for the sake of extra excitement. No, that's of course not the case. ENTROPIQ, though, we talked about whether they were going to make an aggressive play on this or not, and now they've actually opted to do so. They've heard all the other teams fighting on the other side, and they say, you know what? If we have a chance to make a play here that can grant us full control of the south side of the road, we might as well go for it. Wookie is trying to get away while he hasn't taken damage himself. The vehicle is not exactly in the best shape no more. Down to half HP, down to 1 HP. Wookie somehow still alive. In the meantime, kind of off screen, we've had this 3-way fight up in the north escalating as well. VP, Vanier, and Orkless. Only Thendalos left for Orkless as he's trying to stay alive, but somehow VP again finding late game presence.
Orkless are happy, I think, to stay out of this fight for now. I'm not sure the third part. Never mind. Is Thendalos going to rush in? Vanier gets eliminated. Is that the cue for Thendalos to say, I want to third party this? I think it might be, even though...
Look, I mean...
they're only 2.
Look at the control that ENTROPIQ has in this game. They have absolute full control. We heard from Hockey earlier today. They've played with the same lineup for 2 years. Now they change a player, and still they go out and perform incredibly well. Honor tried to wrap around the back and do damage, but all of a sudden he's getting shot in the back himself. So the backstabber becomes the one being backstabbed. And, well, for ENTROPIQ, they have all control. Circle does go towards the west, so they have to move in with that. But right now, knowing that Virtus.Pro are this kind of hardly pinned in the corner, you'd have to assume that ENTROPIQ utilizes this to push further forward. That can jump out and say peekaboo out of nowhere behind the rock here. So we'll see now what's going to happen. Smokes have been thrown. I don't think any of them are actually from ENTROPIQ. No, as you can see here, Virtus.Pro are trying to block off vision from ENTROPIQ, but Reggie from behind the rock finally comes alive. All of a sudden, a 4v3 is a 4v2, and what looked difficult before now looks almost impossible for VP.
Impossible isn't a word in their vocabulary, though. Perfectix and Lou still looking for a way, but unfortunately turning to face Reggie Beardo means that Hawkeye gets one from the side, and now we are looking for that final knock. It's trading shots. Hawkeye does go down to Lou, so that's something, but it's not enough. ENTROPIQ finally with the second chicken dinner.
I play my big as the Apple Town, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn.